Got it.
Hello, Andy, and Merry Christmas. It's
Eh,
December.
yeah, it's December, and where I am, there's snow outside.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can tell. It looks like can I guess you're at Big White?
Yes, I'm up at Big White, and it's beautifully white out there. First day of skiing, and things are happening up here. We've got a little condo that the family comes up, and I just getting it ready for the season.
Well, I didn't realize. Sorry, oh, my internet is a little wacky. I hope it's going to be okay today.
Yeah,
Um, but by the map in the back, I didn't realize that Big White was as big as it is.
yeah. No, it's a great mountain. It's the second biggest in BC, and I think a number four or five in North America.
Okay, but so
Am I
before my
losing you?
internet gets a going, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so let's because you're over the mountain, let's get the numbers and what's happening and in the monthly numbers and where you think 2024 is going to be.
Yeah, sure. I'm seeing I'm using my notebook. It's going to take me a bit to get over to where I want to go. And so just hang on a second. Uh, of course, the Zoom button is right in the way. Give me a second here, and let's present. Okay, here we are.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah. And let's take a look at some numbers. So let's get that out of the way. So the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board sales for the month of November 2023 was an 8% decrease compared to October of the previous month, and yet it's a 6.2% increase from November of last year. So sales are up from last year, but it decreased from the previous month in November this year. And more importantly, supply. Supply of our new inventory in October 2023 decreased 20% from October. And oh, a little spelling error that should have said November. So our supply decreased 20%, and with the board processing 2,030 new listings. However, it was an increase of 19% compared to the same month of last year. So our inventory is up from last year, but it decreased month over month. And how does that look on a graph? Well, here's 2022, and you can see that the numbers are roughly a little bit more for in terms of the sales volume. And then, of course, here's our listings, and our listings are up, but we're down from the previous month. And sales are pretty constant. We're not going overboard. We're a little bit down from last month, but then again, our inventory is the big key. That's what tells us what the market's going to do.
Andy,
And
just
then,
kind of
yes,
top of mind. So would you say
yep,
it's quality buys that people are doing now? Like they're putting the
yeah,
time and quality into the home purchase?
yeah. Buyers have that opportunity now to take their time, peruse the market, take a look at several homes. I've had buyers come look at some listing and seen an offer 10 days later. And so it's just that they wanted to make sure that this is the home for them. And so that's what's happening. It is quality, and same with what you're seeing out there for sale right now. If there's a home for sale, that means that in the month of December, that the seller is serious. He does want to. He has a plan in mind, and that seller wants to sell their home. Not necessarily that it's
Okay.
going to be the bargain of the year, but he is motivated to actually see a sold sticker on the sign outside his door. So okay, so looking at our Fraser Valley real estate months of inventory, and this is when the mortgage came in for our first stress test, and then this is COVID. So even with the stress test, we took off in terms of inventory, and then that decline that happened when we saw COVID, and this is what really pushed up the numbers of values, and then we were in this trough, and then it was buyer burnout more than anything else that we started to see inventory climb, and buyers weren't buying. But and then up here, whereas when the interest rates started to hike, they wanted to cool the market down, but we were already getting into that buyer's market. We were in a balanced market, and now inventory dropped off. We had a bit of a rally this May, June, July, and yet at this point, inventory did climb again, and we're just touching the top of that balanced market, which could put us into a buyer's situation in January. However, we're the month of December, we're starting to see some pretty good sales going on.
Mhm.
And then here's another way of looking at the statistics for inventory. Again, month over month, our inventory climbed for apartments, decreased or increased slightly for townhouses, and then increased slightly on detached homes, and putting detached homes firmly into the buyer's market category. And if we look then at our pricing, we can see that we've had 4 or 5 months of decrease in our pricing, and also same with townhouses and condos. They're kind of about the same, but with a little bit of a softening in price. And again, I always like to look at this interest rate change here. Our market was already starting to decline when the interest rates started to increase. So it wasn't necessarily the interest rate change that put our market into that decline of 2022. It was, I think, already a burnout from buyers. So looking at Langley and our inventory in Langley, and so we can see again month over month we have a increase in inventory, pretty strong in terms of detached homes for Langley, and also too coming right up into that buyer's market category. And if we look at the statistics for pricing, we can see that our pricing is probably here's where it hit the high, 1,638,700, and we're HPI index of 1,622,100, which is a small decrease, but it is a leveling off and a slight decrease. And then townhouses and condos are relatively the same. Oh, hey, let's go back 1 second. I do want to say something here, though, is that in this month of December, we have listings all throughout the Fraser Valley. We have 2 in Surrey. We have a listing in North Vancouver, and 2 in Langley. And I found that the market has really picked up. All of these listings except one have offers on them, and so there are things happening out there. There is a bit of we're going to see this in January, that December would be a pretty good month in terms of sales. Not necessarily that prices are going up, but that sales have been taking place. And whether that carries on into January remains to be seen. Maybe because we saw a leveling off of the interest rates and a bit more buyer confidence coming in, or just a bit of pent up buyer demand in terms of lower sales. So it remains to be seen how that goes.
Before you go
Jeanette,
to the next,
yeah,
yeah, before you go to the next slide, Andy, for something that
yes,
comes top of mind is I, of course, on Instagram and on Facebook, follow a lot of local real estate agents because I like to be in the know as well. And I have to say that the real estate agents that I follow, their pages, their clients, when they post that picture with their client and themselves or just themselves about to put the sold sign, there's such a sense of joy. Like there's such a sense of satisfaction that I'm seeing in those pictures being
yes,
posted,
yeah, yeah.
that people truly are making smart decisions right now.
Yeah, and they're getting into the home they really love. It's not like that
Yeah.
craziness we had where, you would be writing offers on homes that you weren't really sure on, but felt pressure to do something. And now we're getting into this balanced market and even to a bit of buyer's market, and we're starting to see that buyers are really happy with where they're moving to.
Yeah, it's gotta be a good sense of feeling when
Yeah,
you work so hard with your clients to find them the biggest dream that's ever going to come to reality, and having that beautiful sold sign, whether the person is selling and moving on, or finding that finally having every their ducks in a row to be able to buy that dream home for the first time.
yeah, yep. Oh, very much so. So can I tell you a little bit about my contest that I'm doing?
Oh, please do. Let's get
Okay.
excited for Christmas.
Okay. So we're doing a Christmas house lighting contest here in Fort Langley. I've got Manja Descapa, Trading Post, Fort Langley Jazz Festival, Wendell's, and Cranberry Naturally. They've all donated gift certificates, and we are doing a house lighting contest, like I said, and we're going to go through all of Fort Langley. to find the best home with the best Christmas lights, and we're going to be posting it on our Facebook page, and we'll also get it over to My Fort Langley. But the value of the prize is $700, which is quite. I got to say a big thank you to our sponsorships there, and we're looking forward to perusing different homes and seeing what kind of lights are shining, and that it's going to be a lot of fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I would love to use this as a test. I'm now going to get my camera ready, and we can post, right? Like if I see a home, I know you're going to be posting pictures as you see them in Fort Langley, and we can post as we're shopping in Fort Langley and post as well. So kind of expanding this all the way in the whole township in the city next year. So let's see all these beautiful homes.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's follow us on Facebook and put in your 2 cents worth and which one you like the best, and we'll hopefully get 4 or 5. I drove around last week. I was pretty amazed at what I saw so far, and so it's a bit of fun. And but Jeanette, you're doing something too. I understand.
Yeah. So let's take this off the screen for now.
Sure. Yeah.
Stop sharing screen. As many of you know, in the past, I've mentioned I'm with the Seroptimus International, the Langleys, and I know, Andy, you have supported us in the past as well. We have a gift basket raffle. We have 3 different gift baskets, themed sports, holiday entertaining, and a night home. Each one is valued about $250 plus. They're $20 a ticket. We're drawing December the 15th. So if anybody wants tickets for that, you can always drop a message in the comments here, and I can DM you or find a way to get you tickets. And that money is being,
Can you put me back?
That money is being raised
for 5 tickets.
It's being raised for our programs that we give educational grants to women who are going back to school. So it's good times. I love Christmas time. The lights, the presents, the opportunities to give.
Yeah, put me down for 5.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy. Wow, that's incredible. So there are lots happening. I know you've got to get on the road because you've got a new listing you shared with me before we came on. That is kind of the hot property right now in Fort Langley. Do you want to say what properties come up for listing?
Yeah, it's number 479345 McBride Street. That's McBride Station. This is a strata complex located right close to the downtown core of Fort Langley. It's backs onto a green space. It's 3,200 square feet, 2 stories in a basement. It has master bedroom on the main. It's got all these built-ins throughout. It is a fantastic townhome, and you can just step outside your door and walk down to Wendell's. It's like 2 blocks away. Yet you have all the peace and quiet. You go down to the Fraser River, you go to the Fort to Fort Trail. It's all there in Fort Langley. And if you're thinking of downsizing, this is the perfect townhome to be. It's probably one of the premier townhome complexes in the township of Langley.
Perfect. So I wish you well on your travels down here, because I know you've got a lineup of people later on this afternoon that are doing some private showings. And I wish you and your lovely family, Nina, a very Merry Christmas. And we'll see you back in January.
Yeah, we'll see you in January. Merry Christmas to you, Jeanette. And thank you for all the help and work you've done for us and for the community. I've got to reach out and say that you do a lot of work in the community, and it's greatly appreciated. It's noticed.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody, and Merry Christmas.